Check this video out from our main channel. I'm hoping if it gets viewed again, it's going to help get this channel monetized. So please watch it. It's a blast from the past. If you haven't seen it, it's a wicked video anyway. Enjoy. How you doing? I'm Colin and this is Shineautomotive, and behind there is my Mark IV Transit Turbo, rare as hell, getting rare as hell, and it's done 80,000 miles. I did start doing it about 5 years ago, but in this space here, this used to be our workshop, and tragically I had a little bit of a garage fire and the insurance was 2 weeks out. So when the police came to do the investigation, the first thing they said, who you insured with, because everybody around the town, insurance job. Guess what? My insurance was out by 2 weeks and it cost me a fortune, and I nearly lost Shineautomotive Company. It was on the bones of my ass. How I got through the last 5 years, I just don't know. But what I want to do is this video is to see what interest that gets. So we're going to attempt to get it dug out of there today, see if it'll run, see if I can drive it out, aim to get the Transit parked in there so it is dry over winter. So I've got all this to sort out, but it might not even run. It's been sat there for a long time. So I've got that car in the way I've got to move. I've got to try and move this Transit that I was doing as well. I've had for donkeys. I was going to make that into a recovery truck with my old recovery truck because I had a Mark IV, and sadly the cab got burnt out with the fire. Everything had sort of, my heart had fell out. You can imagine everything just got burnt down. I had loads of my own possessions, everything. Loads of my mates lost stuff. It was just, it wasn't a good time in my life. So I did chop the body off, but I literally just chopped the chassis, the cab off, scrapped it, and I've kept that on the wheels. We did have a digger so we can move it about. So there is that possibility of that body going onto that Mark IV. Sorry, going onto that Mark V. I think Mark V, Mark VI. I don't know, I'm getting proper confused here.
Colin, this is not a Mark IV, it is a Mark V. 1998. Is it a Mark V then?
It's a 6.
Or is that a Mark? How do you know that that's a 6 and not a
That's a Mark V and that's a Mark VI.
But you've been telling everyone that that's a Mark IV.
Yeah, I know, because I get it wrong all the time.
But you sure that's a Mark VI?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, because you can put the Mark 7 front end on.
Well, it says Mark 7 there on the serial number.
Does it, Heck?
It does. Fella? Come here.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
What's it say, dogs?
It says absolutely nothing, you turn it. But anyway, let's get these cars shifted first, and let's see if we can get that old Turbo Transit to sing. There's loads of stuff to move because they are shooting up in value and I want to save it. And we've got loads of projects. I've got to try and get on with Wayne's SD1 at some point as well. We've got loads on. Got the MR2, bought that cheap out of a field. Did a little taster video on that. Didn't really get much reception, but this time last year, we only had 900 subscribers and we've just clocked 10,000, which is nuts. And that's down to you lot. And I love making this sort of content. I just love it. It keeps me occupied, keeps me out of trouble. Come on, girl. Right, well, we've got a bit of space cleared now. Before I do that, because I think I want to be able to drive it out, I reckon the brakes are going to be locked on and everything. It might not even run yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to get that running. I'm just in that mood, I want to hear stuff run. And this doesn't have a fuel filter housing on. I lent it to somebody, so I believe it's in the car. If it's not, where is it in snooker? It's on the driver's seat. So I'll get this chucked on, literally just chucked on, prime it up and see if we can get this to run, which would be interesting because it's parked over the drain and the board has cracked. But it'll be all right, just send it on. Let's just see. Try and get the bonnet open for one, the key's a bit way up. That was easy enough. Where do these go? Ah, we don't even need to bolt it in place, just slide her up, slide her in.
Baby.
Don't even have a battery on it. Well, it started a lot easier than I thought, but I've got to try and get over this and get, oh God, blooming hell, look at this. So it's wedged in a hole there. If I can get this out without any issues, it could be fun. I think there's only one thing to do. Get in it, give it loads of beans and see if we can get it out of there.
Running too good.
Left any longer to become a nightmare. Yes! Yeah? Yeah! We got it out. Such a shame. Something's gone wrong with the top end in it, but the chassis, I think it's the 4, is it the 4-ton one so it could carry loads of weight? And the chassis, in all fairness, I know it's covered in green, it's proper mint. It just wants arches and sills and that. We might do it. If you want to see something like that and then build into a recovery truck, let us know, because the more feedback I get out of these little like videos will show whether we put it into the channel, because that for work would be handy. They're just handy.
Stop there.
Hey, you doing the spins? You what?
It's actually smaller.
Yeah, I know it's smaller. I know what you're saying. But first, obviously, this has been sat here for well, about 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. And I was doing it, obviously, like I said, with what happened with the fire. And then we're going to open the bonnet, see if we can get in the bonnet for once. And we'll maybe just pull the cam cover back, make sure the belt isn't about to drop to bits. And then we'll see if she'll start. Then we'll give it a wash down.
The village of Bear Doom. It's a good box, that.
Right, let's have a look at the bonnet then. Well, not the bonnet.
There's the bonnet.
It needs rescuing before it has any more time, because this, you see behind there,
it's brand new, isn't it?
It just rots out where I've got these bits. Got them panels. Don't like to say another year, the battery tray's gone now. But it just, if you leave it outside, it's going to disintegrate anymore. All that inner wheel arch is gone now. We see there was nothing wrong with that before, so it will be a case of pull the engine out, set to, get some inner wheel arches ordered, both sides now. That wing they've stayed all right, but I never, when I spot welded them on, I never ground them back because I knew we might be leaving it here sometime, and especially when the fire happened, that was the end of that. So you have to take loads off to get to the
Don't matter, it's on push rods. You'll be getting
no, right,
it anyway.
We'll just try and start it.
Look.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What have you seen?
Something on top of the pump. Ugh.
Electrical? Yeah, it's an electrical one, isn't it? It's not the, because this is the turbo one. Rare as hell. Rare as hen's teeth. Right, I'll see if this battery will start it then, eh? See if that battery's had any life.
It's lion power.
Lion, let's have a look. Let's put the ignition on, see what we've got. Absolutely nothing. If this will start without any issues, I'd be gobsmacked. Try it with a boost back, we ain't gonna do it. Got my new shoes on.
Your new Gucci Prada flip.
Got my Gucci sliders on, my low cost sliders. I think what we'll do though is we will just check the oil. There's oil in there.
Test it. Test all right.
Yeah.
It's fine, isn't it?
The diesel filter's not looking so desirable. Better check the coolant just
see it from here, look. We already
yeah, well, I'm so quite surprised that coolant's really clean in there. We have ignition.
Well, we've got wipers. Well, we've got a wiper motor. Come on, old DI. Oh, we've got side lights.
What about a horn?
Hold on, let's try the horn again.
Oh, it's broken.
Ah, no.
What's happened there?
Won't be doing that again, will he? Go on then. Oh. The jump pack's unfortunately not going to do it.
Not enough for it. So once again.
Nice.
I absolutely do not hold. I just don't think it's going to start. It's been here too long. What a load of rubbish them jump leads are. Every jump leads I have are rubbish. I've never really used jump leads. I think a battery with a bit of that decent life might help. That's why I'm going to go look for a battery. Right, it's got some more juice, leave it a bit I suppose. Doing my head in. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the boost pack on it as well. Sod it. Whoa, what are you doing that for? Don't do that. Oh, nearly. It sounded so good. I think the starter motor has failed. The hell out the starter motor. Get up there, it sounds sweet as nut and all. Just getting it out, that's going to be a good thing. If it'll move. Thanks for the use of the car, mother.
getting done and that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Are you going to do some sick wheel spins, bro?
Yeah, I want it out.
Told you it won't coming out.
A lot of oil, like, isn't it?
It's probably not as bad as what you think. Take a while to get 5 litres out. Maybe you need more speed. My tyres! You should just free the brakes off properly. Oh, you f***ing like.
What, the radiator?
Blow the radiator, oil pissing out everywhere. What an animal.
Well, the radiator's gone. It's leaking oil, but that's out of the oil filter. But I've got it sort of out. So I'm just going to leave it there to get it washed down. At least I know now it runs all the brakes, everything's seized up. It's been there that long, but I wanted to get it out. And it's got a massive oil leak, so I need to get some stuff down on the floor to get that cleaned off. And then it turned off now. I don't think I'm going to try and move it around. It's just age related, but the engine runs absolutely sweet as a nut. I should have spent time doing the brakes, but it's a bit boring, isn't it? See all that abuse? There's been no pressurising up in that So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to order an oil filter for it now. Yeah, get this oil cleaned up and then we'll fix it up and do the bits here. What a mess I made. Right, it is the following day and I was messing on trying to make a radiator fit. I was stupid and I spoke to my mate Amp. I painted his Mark III Transit. Now I'm getting all this right. I painted his Mark III Transit. You're just stupid, it's the Mark IV. Get it right. About 6 years ago and it still looks mint now. I'll put a picture up. So, and he had a spare radiator. It's a slightly bit smaller, but everything will fit in the right place. But I'm busy in the garage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the apprentice have a go today. All right, Lewis? Yeah. I'm going to stick it on a time lapse and Lewis is just going to steady work around having a go at fitting the radiator and removing the oil filter and putting the other oil filter on. I think it's a good thing for him to work on stuff like this, to learn, because it's ideal. Right, so what I want you to do, I'm not even going to tell you where the oil filter is. I want the oil filter removing. So once you've done that, I want you to fit the radiator, which is the one behind you there. Once you've done that, give me a shout, because we might drain the oil and put some fresh oil in it. But I want that back wheel off. Them back wheels off, so you've got to safely jack it up, put an axle stand under. I want them wheels off because that brake's locked on, so we need to sort out what's up with that. Then it'll be a move about, but we need to get the power washer out today and get it all washed off and all this, you see all this stuff. How are you getting on, Lewis?
Good, thanks.
Did you do the oil filter all right?
Yeah.
Why haven't you drained the oil out of it?
Because somebody rounded the bolts up.
I think there's nothing left of it.
Yeah.
Of the oil bung. So the oil bung is knackered. He's just finishing that, and then what he's going to do is get the back end jacked up and get that wheel off, so we can get that wheel freely turning. He's done pretty well because them wheels were proper stuck on. So he's got the wheels off now, and I've just sent him on to get some safety glasses because I need this drum off. So he's going to have to use 14 to get that drum off. So I'll just let Lewis crack on. Once he's got it off, we'll probably just get rid of everything that's in them brakes. I'm not that bothered, just so we can move it around. And we are slowly getting sorted out in it. It's taking some time because there's a lot of stuff, but we're having a good clear out, having a good sort out. What have you done?
I've got the drum brake off.
The drum's off. And what, are they meant to come off?
No.
Where are they meant to be?
Right there.
Do you think they were welded on?
Pretty much.
Right. To make it easy, now, what I want you to do, because it's going to, if we leave that on there and move it, it's going to even make itself worse. So, what I want, get them pushed in nice and well, yeah?
Yeah.
Blather that, brush it with grease.
Okay.
The copper grease. Absolutely lather it so it can't get a chance to rust up and stick onto that drum. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then put the drum back on, put the wheel back on. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then make sure that when you've got that drum back on and that wheel on, you can actually do that. Yeah? Turn that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you could do that?
Yeah. Is that copper circle?
Any grease, mate, just lather it so it hasn't got a chance of it welding itself to the drum, and you can get rid of them unless you want to keep them. Do you want to keep them?
I'm all right.
Show me your smiley face with them. No, come on, think about it. Just use one and show me your smile. Ah, look, he's a happy chappy. Right, yeah, chuck that in the scrap bin and then carry on working away. Well done, mate. This is good learning for you, this. So Lewis has got that back wheel free, and we're now near enough cleared out in there to get it in. To stick it in. That sounds so wrong. So as soon as we've got that Fiesta put in there and sheeted up. He's just giving it a dust over. That cranked up straight away. That possibly, we did do a video years ago of it. It will be getting done on the channel. But stuff like this, we're holding on because the value's going up. It's had everything done underneath, and it is literally just bodywork away and a paint job away. Inside is split mint, and then we'll get that up for sale. But if anyone wants to buy it as it is, no, I'm not going to sell it, in fact. So we can get that sorted out, because the plan is Transit in there, Fiesta in there, and the Renault 25, because we still have the Renault 25. If you've never seen that, that's one of our early videos. I'll put a link down below. And then what we'll do next is we'll get the power washer dragged out, get some power over here, and get it all power washed down, get all that moss and mould, get it, see how clean it'll look. So, oh, so it might just wash away with all the rust. Bella, do you mind? Do you mind? Oh, but Dad, I just want to throw the ball. Dad, throw the ball. Do you know what you're doing, Lewis? Is it G1? So yeah, what we'll do is we're going to soak it down in cleaner first. Just look at that. That's loads better. It's ready to go away. The chassis isn't that bad. It's starting to break out in a couple of places I've seen. When I first started doing it, obviously I had the chassis shot blasted and I only put the red undercut. I nearly said red lead, but it's not red lead anymore. I should have acid etched it. It broke out in a few places, but it isn't bad at all. The cab has seen a bit worse. The inner arches now, where all the moss and that has been sat, that's gone. So, but you can get inner arches. The inner steps have gone now as well, but you can get inner steps. So I've still got all the bit to do this side. So if you want to see this get done on the channel, let me know in the comments down below. And she's in, and the lights work. See ya!
Click on these icons to watch more videos. Don't forget to subscribe.